Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Bugs Bunny and Taz, Time Busters, for the Sony PlayStation 1. This game is a spiritual sequel to Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, which I gave a shot and ended up liking quite a bit. Believe it or not, this game is actually made by the same developers and also published by the same publisher because they're both one and the same, Artificial Mind and Movement. They also worked on Ed, Edd n Eddy The Misadventures, which I covered not too long ago. And if any of this looks familiar, to some extent, that's because this game plays pretty much like Lost in Time. You've got some stuff, well, some new stuff going on around here, as well as some things still remaining the same. But if you liked or loved, probably more on the side of loved, Lost in Time, you're gonna love Time Busters. Anyway, I've already shown the demo one once. Let's press start. Let's start a new game.
What's up, dog?
You can either do a one-player game where you can switch between Bugs Bunny and Taz, or a two-player mode where one person is Bugs and the other is Taz. I'm doing one player for the purposes of this Let's Play. You can either start the game or go to the options, but you will have to start eventually. You can switch between stereo and mono sound. Oh, apparently you have the... Apparently this audio option does not wrap around, apparently. You can change the volume of the music and sound effects. You can turn on DualShock vibration, and you can also toggle panel display. When panel display is set to yes, okay, Bugs. With panel display set to yes, the health meters for both Bugs Bunny and Taz will be on screen at all times, rather than moved off to the side like in, say, Donkey Kong Country. I usually keep it on no, so let's just keep it there for this Let's Play. And there's not much else to do, so let's go ahead and start the game.
Granny time, huh? Poor thing's got pests. Hello, ma'am. Daffy Duck, better than a shoe, exterminators. I believe you're in need of our A1 super-duper pest removal services.
I'm also in need of a tissue. Oh, please come in, come in. I've been having trouble with this monster for a while now. But this time it's gone too far. I must get rid of it before an accident happens.
All right now, sister. If you'll just point me in the direction of this menacing little fellow, I'll take care of him lickety-split.
Well, he's quite a devilish little monster. And what with all this machinery around here, I have to be very careful. Now, the last time I saw the little scamp, it was around here somewhere. Ew, no, no, no. It's over here. That horrible creature is over here. Quick!
What?
Quick, quick! It's up there! Get rid of this horrible beast before it hurts my poor little pets.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm on the case.
That's precisely why I am worried.
Hold it right there, bub. Gotcha!
Ew.
Okay, this is gonna cost you extra. I must be dreaming. But if I'm not, I'm rich. I'm rich! What's this? Someone's already trying to horn in on my riches.
Ouch! Hey, what's going on? There's somebody living down here, you know.
Hey, excuse me. What's up, Doc? Hello? Can you please tell me... Pardon me, sir. Would you be so kind? Did you ever have one of those days when you felt invisible? Excuse me, Doc. Can you help me with this? Hey, stop it! Wait, stop! The suspense is killing me. I just gotta know where everybody's going in such a hurry.
Well, hello. Don't you look like a nice little bunny rabbit? Would you like to help me?
Well,
Of course you would. Come with me.
Listen, lady, I'd love to help you, but...
Well, of course you'd love to help. That's the kind of rabbit you are. Warm, generous, giving.
I can't disagree.
Now, I had the misfortune to hire an exterminator who turned out to be nothing more than a silly, goofy daffy.
Duck.
Oh, you know him. Well, anyway, he accidentally broke the time regulator, thereby disrupting time. During the explosion, he was hurled somewhere into another dimension with a time gem. This precious stone is the core of the time regulator. Oh, we must find that duck and recover the time gem.
Yes, but...
One more thing. We must also collect the precious gears of the time regulator. In the accident, they were scattered everywhere throughout time. The more gears we collect, the more stable the regulator will get. Do you understand?
What's this we business?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say we? Oh, silly me.
Whew, that's better.
No, me. I can't go. Unfortunately, I must stay here to stabilize the time regulator as best as I can. But don't worry, my precious pet Tasmanian devil will go with you.
I think I'd rather go alone.
Oh, Granny's going to miss her little Tassie boy. Yes, she is.
Oh, brother.
No. We mustn't eat the rabbit.
Yeah, don't eat the rabbit.
Welcome to Granwich. Finally, I just now realized that I can speak again. So we're seeing the 4 places that we can go. I will mention them as the time comes. Eventually, we will have control of bugs. And this is where we have control of them.
Okay, Mr. Bunny Rabbit, time to go. Your first objective is quite simple. Go get 10 gears scattered around here in this area. They are essential to open the Aztec era, your first destination. At this point of the game, help or hints are available. Just locate and touch my little Tweety bird, and I'll get there immediately to give you a hand. Search and listen carefully. Oh, I almost forgot an essential item. Here, take this. This is a magic mirror. It'll be very useful during your time escapade. The mirror holder controls the camera. It is particularly useful if your friend gets out of your sight or gets too far. You can magically bring him back using the mirror. Watch the mirror icon to know who's holding it. It's also possible to change the camera control by using the swap command. That's it for now. Goodbye.
L1 button to call your friend. R1 button to swap between them. When you swap between characters, you also swap the mirror. So, given that this game is made by the same people, the controls are going to be exactly the same with a few differences. Since the L1 and R1 buttons now have different functions, you can't roll anymore. Which I'm okay with, because rolling, you weren't doing it that much in Lost in Time anyway, as far as I know. But some things do get changed around a little bit. as you will see as we go through this tutorial. Yes, just like in Lost in Time, we do have a tutorial, and we will have to go through it if we want to start playing the game. I will be playing this game 20 minutes at a time, 20 minutes-ish. I will go over for this video because this is a tutorial after all. And we can do any of these in any order that we want. I will explain things along the way. And when you see Tweety Bird, you can press the triangle button to get help. We get to learn how to do things.
Time for a bath.
Thank goodness.
Just kidding. It requires more than swimming abilities to explore underwater sights. You must also know how to dive. All right, try it now. Jump into the water.
Also, when Granny speaks, you can press left and right on the D-pad to scroll through the text, because the text does not automatically scroll for you. You have to do that yourself. So if you're wondering why the text wasn't moving the last time that Granny was speaking, that's because I wasn't paying attention and I wasn't pressing the D-pad buttons to the speech, even though it's pretty easy to follow what Granny is saying anyway. So for this tutorial thing, we need to jump into the water. You're probably wondering, why in the world would you want to do that? Because he drowns in water. Not in this game. Use the directional buttons to move on the surface. Hold square to dive. And while you're in the water, you can keep holding square to move forward, and you can steer with the D-pad. Down ascends, or down ascends, up descends. Making sure I didn't mess that up. I'm pretty sure I said that down ascends twice or something. I can't even remember what I said 5 seconds ago. Also, we picked up some carrots. The carrots will refill your health, but just like in Lost in Time, you can also collect them when your health is full, so that way you can use them as a means of unlocking things. So we picked up a gear. That is a time regulator gear. There's going to be a ton that we're going to be picking up. And since I'm paused, I might as well go ahead and mention stuff, just the most basic stuff. The upper corners are your health meters for bugs and Taz. The clapboards is your amount of lives. You have lives in this game, unlike in Lost in Time where you had infinite ones. The amount of gears you have will be in the lower right, and the amount of carrots you have will be in the lower left. When paused, you can save your game at any time. You can check out your inventory. I'll go into detail when the time comes for that. You can get some basic hints for the current place that you are currently in. You can check out the options again. And you can also quit the game. I'm going to keep playing, of course. And here's some crates. We moved these around the last game, but as you'll find out, there's a bit of a change to this.
Over here. Come over here.
Taz first has to push these big boxes and lift, drop, and stack the little ones. Ready? Go to work. Here's a trick. Use the camera to look around you. That sometimes helps in cramped locations.
To move the camera around, use L2 and R2. Hold those buttons down. Now, Granny tells you that Taz can do all the heavy lifting. Triangle to lift or drop a smaller crate. Square to throw it. Guess what? Bugs can't do it anymore. It's all Taz now. The game has changed some stuff around to further necessitate switching between characters. And if you're near a big box, you can hold triangle and move into it to push it. You can also jump with the box. Now to do this. I'm going to lay a crate right here. There's the gear up there. And I should mention now, Bugs has a higher jump than Taz. It is mentioned in one of the tutorial lessons, but in case you haven't reached that specific one yet and you do this one before you do that one, this is where you're going to find out the hard way. Also, to push a box, hold triangle, move into it, and you'll push it in that direction yet you held the D-pad in. Thankfully, you can only do it in cardinal directions and not intermediate. Let's go ahead and press R1 to switch back to bugs. Let's jump up here. And we got our gear.
Amazing.
All right. And now, what can I do here? Well, if we go over here, we're going to be in an area that we can't access for a long time. So, let's grab some carrots. Let's look around. And let's do stuff. What can we do here? Well, there's a target here. There's a mallet. We've used mallets in Lost in Time. We're going to use them again here.
Over here. Come over here.
And it looks like we're going to be relearning stuff with Granny again.
In the adventure, you'll encounter timed items like mallets or torches, for example, and most of them can be used by bugs only. You must hurry up when using them, otherwise the item you're holding will disappear. But don't worry, it's not lost, it's just reset. And Taz, try not to eat 'em up, boy. It's very bad for your stomach.
Granny will go into a little detail about Taz and objects shortly. For now, we need to just go up to the mallet with bugs. And we need to press triangle to grab it. Square button to use, triangle button to drop. Let's hit this.
One more for bugs. Now, you have to practice your pitching abilities. Pick up small items and try to throw them on targets or enemies. That could also be very useful to trigger inaccessible switches or mechanisms. Never let Taz touch any of these one-hand objects. His basic instincts tell him to eat 'em up, and that's bad for his stomach.
Yeah, that's why only bugs will be able to use mallets and other objects. So let's go ahead and go up to this ball. Pick triangle button to pick up a rock. Let's go up to this icon here. Square button to throw the rock. We now have a gear. And we have our third gear out of 10. And what do you know, there's an enemy there. Finding enemies in this game is going to be very similar to Lost in Time. Very similar. Now you can kick them.
Over here. Come over here.
And you can also jump on them.
Over here. Over here.
And if you know what you're doing, you can easily jump on enemies and then kick them. That's how you get that gear. Now, Tweety is supposed to be in this area, and that's how you find out from Granny. Now to take on a big enemy.
To defeat big guys like this one, you have to wear him out by making him run until he's tired. When he stops, let him have it. Good luck!
Oh, brother. How do I get myself into these things?
I don't know, you tell me. But, just like in Lost in Time, that was not the way to do it. Keep this guy running towards you. Run in a circle if you have to. Use the camera. And then get behind him and kick him in the behind. There, you now have another gear.
Don't worry. When this happens, locate a special delivery box like this and kick it. Go, try it.
What was that for? Taz did nothing to him! Anyway, if you see a box like this, kick it with square. Yeah, just like in Lost in Time, you kick things with square, but you probably already knew that by now.
What was I thinking?
Ta-da! Great, isn't it? When one of you is out of energy, the other continues the quest alone. To bring back the lost companion, find a special delivery box and break it. When you're both out of energy, you lose a try and must restart from the nearest special delivery box.
And that is a gripe that I have with this game right away. When I played Lost in Time, I celebrated the fact that this game had infinite lives. In that game's specific case, it made it more accessible for younger gamers. Especially those among you that have young kids and a PlayStation, especially a original 1990s PlayStation 1, and need a platformer like Super Mario 64 for their kids. And it's cool because the kids get to try again and again and again, and they eventually get it. Now you have lives. What the heck, game? What the heck? Anyway, let's try to find more things to do, shall we? We've already picked up, like, what, 5? Yeah, we picked up 5. If you press select, you will immediately go to the inventory. Right here, we'll just find the time regulator gears, but we will find more things in other levels.
Come over here.
To get yourself underground, find a rabbit hole and dive into it. When a hole is obstructed, use Taz to dig it open. Unfortunately, because underground traveling is rabbit business, only bugs can do it.
Naturally.
But the digging business isn't? Shocking. Unlike Lost in Time, where Bugs was doing all the work himself, you have the switch to Taz and press the triangle button while jumping over a rabbit hole to dig. Then, you have to do the same thing as Bugs. Press the triangle button while jumping over a rabbit hole that's already dug up to get in it.
Excellent. Now, you can move in all directions and also bump several objects from below. Just slip under them and jump. Exit rabbit holes the same way. Good luck!
So with underground travel, it works most like it did in Lost in Time. You can move in any direction you want. To get out of a rabbit hole, just position yourself around it so that way you can see Bug's ears, and then you can press triangle to jump out of the rabbit hole. And if you're near, or underneath something rather, like these pillars, you can jump underneath them to bump them up. X button to bump the pillar. You may have to do it multiple times. That's okay. Experiment with stuff. 1 we had to do once, 2 we had to do twice, and 3 we had to do 3 times. Now to get out of the rabbit hole and jump from pillar to pillar to get ourselves a time regulator gear.
Perfect.
All right. Okay, what do we do now, I wonder? Well, we could go to that tree, because I know we haven't been there yet.
Over here. Come over here.
This one is strictly for Bugs, because Taz is a little, well, primitive.
Better luck next time, King Kong.
To climb a rope, a pole, or even a tree, jump toward it. Once you're clinging to it, you can move up, down, or you can jump to release it.
So jump into the tree. And use the D-pad to move up, down, and also to jump. When you jump, you can also spin around on the tree, much like Mario 64. Unlike Mario 64, where you need to have your back facing the place you want to jump to, you need to hold the D-pad to make sure you go where you want to go when you jump off. Otherwise, you'll just jump straight off. And you won't really go anywhere.
Excellent.
And 7 down, 3 to go. What else can we do? I forgot about this. I think. Yeah, this is the one where you... No, this isn't it. It's another one. And I'm pretty sure this leads to another area. Oh! Never mind. You do want to go here to find that gear. This is one of the few gears that's out in the open around here. And this is how you're supposed to find this place normally. Remember sneaking? You're going to be doing that again in this game too.
One more for Bugs only. Bugs, you must use your earcopter ability to land softly on fragile surfaces, as well as your sneak ability to move silently. It will be very useful. Now, reach the pole and climb up it. Then, pick up the gear. Go, and, oh yes, beware of the dog.
Dog?
How this gear landed, where this dog is, I have no idea. But anyway, hold circle to sneak, X button to jump, and while in the air, hold circle to land softly. So we're going to hold circle, otherwise this bridge will break. And we need to jump while still holding circle. This allows us to do the earcopter thing, which was also in Lost in Time. Now, if we start just running around, the dog will boot us out, Bugs will lose some health, and we will have to do all this over again. Once again, the game reminds you to sneak by holding down circle. We're going to get ourselves some carrots, and we're going to keep holding circle this whole time.
Very, very good.
And that will get us the gear. And now I know what the last one I need to go to is, just by process of elimination. And it's the one that I hinted at before when we worked with the crates. If I can find it, that would be grand. I don't think it's going to be there. It's not going to be there. It's going to be there. Now you could get this one right away, just like with the small enemy, but let's go ahead and get some advice from Granny.
Here, you must jump and hang on to the ledges. Remember that Bugs jumps higher than Taz, okay? Now, first, get close to the ledge, and then jump in its direction.
Now you can do this with either Bugs or Taz. I'm going to do this with Bugs because he jumps higher than Taz. X button to jump. And if you're near a ledge, you'll grab on. You can press up to pull yourself up. You can press down to drop down. And you can also jump straight up in the air to jump if you need to. Now, I could have just pulled myself up with up on the D-pad, but I decided to go ahead and jump and then hold X, or jump and then hold up, rather, because I felt like it. Let's go ahead and grab some carrots and get our last gear.
Excellent. Now that you've found all the gears, let's fix the Aztec era. Excellent. Just a couple of things before the adventure begins. Let me introduce you to a series of objects and concepts which appear in the game.
I'm all ears, Granny.
The time gem is the core of your quest. Without it, the time regulator cannot function properly. You must absolutely retrieve and bring back the gem. I have detected its presence in the Aztec era. After the time gem, the time regulator gears are the most important objects of your adventure. They're used to stabilize the time regulator. To fix the machine, collect the gears and recover the time gem. Simply touch a gear to collect it. It'll magically spin and fly back to Greenwich. These Acme boxes are hidden in each level. Breaking all of them will reveal the regulator gear. Several characters of different eras have been accidentally hurled out of their proper era. You must find them all and return them to their respective world by just touching them. Search carefully. They're sometimes hidden. A clapboard represents a try. When there are no tries left, the game is over. They can be found everywhere along the game. To collect them, just walk over them to add them to the clapboard counter. The carrots are your fuel, your energy. If your energy bar drops, you can increase it with carrots. When your energy bar is full, the carrots are simply collected. In some cases, a certain number of carrots is required to activate objects or access new areas. The boss tokens are keys to open the boss levels. Find all the boss tokens in an era, and you'll get access to its era boss location. Here's a very important thing. You can save anywhere in the game. Just go to the pause menu and select the save option. Your progress will be saved, but not your exact position. You can see your progress in the game by using the inventory. This tells you the number of gears or boss tokens you've collected, the number of Acme boxes you broke, and the number of lost characters you've returned to their respective worlds. If you need additional help, go to the pause menu and select the help option. You can also consult the game booklet. All the information you need is in there. Okay, that's all for now, folks. You've done a splendid job. I'm very proud of you. It's now time to begin your exciting adventure. Let me show you the way. Now, the Aztec door is opened. Good luck.
I'm gonna need more than luck with this guy around. In fact, I think I'm gonna need a flea dip.
So once you pick up all 10 gears, Granny will tell you about everything else that you need to pick up and collect throughout the game all at once in just one big info dump. And to be honest, even though everything is very easily explained, I would rather that everything be explained the moment you touch the things, like in Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie. Not just for my sanity, but also for the sanity of whoever else is playing it. Now, in case you forgot anything, you can go up to Granny and press triangle to talk to her again, and she'll tell you everything all over again, thing by thing, in the exact order you heard it the first time. And you have to keep pressing X to get to the thing you want to hear about again, and then press triangle to skip all the rest. Again. And the game handled this like Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie, where when you run into an object, it gets explained to you right away. I wouldn't have had a problem with that. But this can be a bit much, especially for younger gamers. Also, the whole mentioning of look in the game booklet. Yeah, what are the chances of you having the game's instruction book? Right. Anyway, we need to go to the Aztec world because that is where our adventure will really, really begin. And it's going to be right over here. And I have been playing for almost 40 minutes now. I like how when you skid, you actually go down on this slope just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and save the game, because why not? Memory card does not contain any previous Time Buster save data. Yes, we do wish to save. Now, how many save files do we work with? Just the one? I'm guessing it's just the one. Interesting. Well, according to the pause menu, we have... Well, according to the inventory in the pause menu, we have exactly 0% of the game completed. Which means that we are going to have our work cut out for us. And we will get that work started in the next video. Join me next time where we enter the Aztec world and we start taking care of time business. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!